Thank you, President Barrera. I'd like to say that tonight we are very honored to have with us Marcela Celorio, the Consul General of Mexico. Before I recognize the Council, I want to update the Board of two important measures that I've taken today in response to the fear many of our immigrant families are feeling right now in San Diego. First, I've directed all staff on their obligation to protect our students from immigration enforcement activity on our school sites. Next, I emailed a letter to all families advising them of their rights to feel safe and secure on our school grounds regardless of their immigration status. These actions are in step with the existing state and federal law. They are also a direct response to the measure passed by this board last December following the presidential election. With that, I would now like to present Marcela Celorio. Before taking up her post as representative of her government in San Diego, the Council served in Brussels, Tel Aviv, New York City, and Washington, D.C. She has also been an outstanding partner in our work to protect all our students and families from fear in this current uncertain climate. And for that, I would like to say thank you on their behalf. Now, Consul General Marcela Celorio.
Well, you have to be patient because this is my first time here with you, all of you, and I celebrate this new partnership that we're having, the Consulate and the district, the Unified District. Superintendent Cindy Martin, since we met, we talk about the importance of this alliance, but I think very briefly, I'm going to give you an overview of, about what we do at the Consulate. We, as representatives of the Mexican government here, are here to protect the interests of our people and the Mexican government, or Mexico. So first of all, we rule ourselves by the international law, the Vienna Convention of Consular Affairs, that traditionally give us the faculty to address three main issues. First of all, provide citizen services. These citizen services include providing, passports, IDs, birth certificates to the kids, and among other documentation. Secondly, we have this important task that is giving protection. What is to give protection to our nationals is observing or being vigilant that they are respected, their rights are respected, that the due process of law is observed before any sentence or resolution is imposed. We visit them everywhere, like in the county, in San Diego County. The north part of the county is where the most vulnerable people is, and we go there to provide these services. We, of course, provide them with legal advice. We have every Tuesday and every Thursday, we have consultants, legal consultants, that provide not just regarding migratory issues, but civil or administrative or penal or labor issues. We can provide some assistance. And the third one is to promote, of course, our culture, trade among countries. But from these traditional activities, the consular activities that we perform, we have moved on because Mexico has this important tradition on its foreign policy about the consular activity. We are the only country that has 50 consulates in another country across the USA. We have an amount of 35 million Mexican descendants. Within that 35, we have 12 million that were born in Mexico, and half of them are undocumented. So the Mexican government has been evolving from this traditional activity to other activities that I call being our new generation functions. And among those are, one that is very important is, has to do with health issues. Of course, we're not doctors, and we're not going to help people in that area, but what we can do is make the referrals. So the Mexican community comes to the consulate, and we provide these referrals to the organizations that work with us. And it's very important nowadays in these complicated and uncertain times. We also make referrals for the mental health. There are a lot of people that come with a lot of this stress, and we are improving ourselves to have partnerships with these kind of providers. We also have an office that has to do with finance, education, educación financiera. So people learn how to handle their own money, how to pay taxes, even if they don't have a social security number. We encourage them to comply with their obligations, and so we help them to get their ITIN number. We help them to navigate the finance system. Also, we have our community department that is very important, because what we do there is help educate our community. A lot of people, a lot of migrants came here and they didn't finish school, so we give them the chance to do it here from abroad. And also, well, when I arrived here, I took office in June last year. One of my main concerns and one of my goals was to improve the English education among our community centers. Because and that doesn't mean that you have to give up to your culture or to your roots. But it is important because you're living here in this country, you're having your kids here, they go to school, you work here, you're contributing to this society, and it's very sad to take a look at the families, the parents mainly, that they are not able to have a voice because they don't understand and they cannot speak English. So maybe the kids now, fortunately, they're becoming, you know, they can speak the language, but we're trying to help the parents because it doesn't matter that they are undocumented. As a human beings, they have rights, and I think that it is important that they can get involved in the community affairs, and they have to learn how civic education. They have to have this education in order for them to get involved. And well, that's why we started, as I said, in this time of uncertainty, because nowadays we don't know what the policies are going to be and how are they going to be implemented. I just had last week several conversations with the Chief Carter, with Chief Zimmerman, with the Border Patrol, because we, and I praise that, we have a very good communication. And I asked them if there is something new that we have to know, and they said that everything remains the same, there's nothing new. And in the case that something came up, they will tell us. And well, I will tell you that, convey you that message in case that something changes and the community has to be aware of. But nevertheless, we started since November last year, we started providing information about what the consulate can do for the community, and giving some recommendations to the Mexican community to be prepared for whatever case scenario is coming. So either if they can remain in this country, or if they have to go back to Mexico, or if they decide to go to Mexico, to go back to Mexico, they should, for example, have all their documentation in order, have an ID, have their birth certificates, their kids' birth certificates, their scholar certificates, you know, their license, driving license. It is very important. And of course, we had like 40 forums. That's why we met Cindy, with one of my the people from my staff met her, and that's what we started this collaboration. So, well, to wrap up and leave you, if you want to ask me any question, I'm open to that. But the message that I want to send now is that we have me as a diplomat representing my country. I want to tell you that I am confident, and I trust and I am putting all my faith that the institutions will work and are working, and I respect the rule of law. I think it is very important to comply with our obligations and also to exercise our rights. And if there are undocumented people, maybe you're going to ask me, well, they broke the law. Yes, but I think that this has to do more with supply and demand issue, and I think that our responsibility is to be able to regulate that kind of phenomena. So that's my message. Is the consulate here is to help to create these alliances to improve, to contribute to the betterment of our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your partnership.
Board members, any questions or comments for Consul General?
I just want to say thank you very much for coming here this evening and giving us the opportunity to continue to work collaboratively to make sure that all of our children and families are protected and given a lot of opportunities here in the United States, especially for a lot of students who may have their mother is a citizen but their father isn't, and the stress and anxiety that some of our students are experiencing is really creating some socio-emotional challenges for a lot of our children. A lot of fear and anxiety is going on as we hear ICE raids going on all over the state of California, where they're standing out on sidewalks in front of schools. They're not technically on school property. And there was also another ruling that I heard on NPR today that the previous order of the 45th president was only people that have been convicted of a crime, and now that has been augmented today to be anybody that they suspect might be undocumented. And so I think that we've got to continue to work together to uphold the rights of all of the people. And as a school board, we're following the law. And there's a Supreme Court ruling that every child, documented or undocumented, has a right to an education. And that's what our commitment is to all of the children in San Diego. So thank you again for coming down tonight.
On the contrary, thank you. And if you happen to know of any case, that will be very important that you can send us the information so we can defend that person.
Okay, thank you.
It's Plyler versus Doe. We'll get that.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Any other comments? No, thank you again. And
thank you.
And we also appreciate you've made the offer to the superintendent that you may be able to actually broker a conversation between those of us in the education community locally.
Yes.
And
yes, I already asked for that as soon as we met, and they told me that now they don't have anything to talk about, but they are willing to. And I am a facilitator, and I will do my best to.
Because we have plenty to talk. We have plenty to talk about,
okay.
even if they don't.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Could we have a couple